What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? This your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna hold you. But we had a weather change here in Kansas City. It got like extra nice outside. I mean, nice for February. I mean January. Going into February because it was like 59 degrees yesterday. And your boy felt great, felt amazing. Of course, we celebrated my man Bluminati's birthday last night on the Blurred AF. So make sure you guys are checking that out on Mondays. And felt great until I ate and tried to go to sleep. And then all the cold in the world came into my chest. And yeah, I was no good. I was no good. So if you can work with me past these temporary issues like temporary representation, we'll be good. Shout out to everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Shout out to Mika G for the article that we're gonna go over today. Good morning, everybody. Of course, 7:30 in the morning, 8:30 Eastern time, the Dre Max Show. Shout out to D Stizzle. What's up, D Stizzle? Roberta, what's going on, Roberta? Fahim is in the building. What's going on? Good morning, my brother. Chillmonger, yes. Temporary representation suck. And I'm going to talk about your video and how this goes into Issa Rae's issue with the studios. T Max is in the building. What's going on, my brother? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, you know how Midwest does. Midwest is nasty. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Mika G? And again, shout out to Mika G for the article for this morning because it's gonna make all of it sound great. You know what I'm saying? Robin D is in the house. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Robin D. Jairus is in the house. Keep the back of your neck covered and head covered. That's how you get it. You know what's crazy? I did. I completely was covered. It's just it's Midwest weather change, man. And I think it's sinuses. I don't think it's a cold. I think it's sinus congestion. You know what I'm saying? But good morning to everyone. Hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gant, the Heavy Gant channel. You already know how we do it. You know what I mean? So if you don't, now the real question is, all right. And again, I'm not going to hold you guys for a long time. My Googles are still showing the shirtless Michael Jackson that we had earlier. All right, give me just a second. I want to get to this article. And again, shout out to Mika G for this. This is amazing. Shout out to Mika G. This is going to make so much sense. And like I said, Chillmonger made a video about temporary representation, and we've talked about that. He's talked about it on his channel multiple times, and I've talked about it here on the Dre Max Show about temporary representation. And what's going on, Ricky Davis? What's going on? Now, the thing about temporary representation is what it is. The first word is temporary. So we're temporarily going to give you something in the name of diversity, right? And at the same time, what we're going to do is block the progression of black characters, original black characters, original black stories, etc., right? So what happens is that you have these artists that want to make black stories. You have these artists who want to bring black characters to life, And they said, no, Issa Rae, go be Jessica Drew. Even though we all know Jessica Drew is white in the comics. Or not, Issa Rae, we don't want you to tell your story. We have a script right here that is perfect for you. Yes, it's supposed to be a white girl, but we're going to put you in the role because you're so amazing. And what it does is it blocks the progression of black people, black stories, black people, and especially black creatives. And again, Tyler Perry Studios and Tyler Perry, he can make his own stories because he owns his own studio. You know what I mean? The problem with those is that what we need other black creatives to be able to fund these stories at that studio and to be able to make more great stories that are actually great. You know what I mean? So Little Mermaid and Cinderella are still white brands. Absolutely. You know what I mean? I like the fact that you brought up Kingpin, and Kingpin is a prime example of a character who was blackwashed. And I've said this, and people are like, I don't like blackwashing because there's no such thing as blackwashing. See, whitewashing, there's blackwashing now. Well, we just don't want to admit what's going on, Junior Network. We don't want to admit the actual blackwashing going on in Hollywood because we just happy to see black people on film. But if that comes at the cost of black story, black storytelling, black creatives, black characters, then what is the use of having that person as that white character in the first place? Because what it does, it hinders the progression of these people. You know what I mean? And like I said, Chillmonger brought up a prime example about the Kingpin in the original Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck. The Kingpin was black in the movie, right? So you fast forward, Kingpin in Across the Spider-Verse went right back to white, which he's white in the comics. When you go and look at Daredevil season 1, right back to white. So what it does is there's no progression. You just got a black face in there to fill a quota. There's no different than you're hiring somebody in the name of affirmative action, but not really trying to affirm the action of hiring black people because their skills is equate. You're trying to fill a quota. And Issa Rae is going to tell you exactly what the studios are doing. You know what I mean? But and I'm gonna tell you how it's blackwashing, because what happens is that you have a character. Let's say, for instance, Black Panther. Black Panther is black in the comics, right? Well, let's say the roles were reversed and they're trying to fill a white quota. And so T'Challa now is played by Brad Pitt. First of all, black people would lose their minds if Brad Pitt was the Black Panther or Zac Efron. You know what I mean? So, and you're only doing it to satisfy the white audience because in 10 years later, Black Panther goes right back to a black person. So the studio does not care about filling the right role. They're trying to fill diversity first. Yeah, that's what they're trying to satisfy the diversity before they satisfy the character and the importance of the character. If you get what I'm saying. So racists are using the blackwashing to convince others that they are being replaced. Why are we growing their numbers? It's the truth. It's the truth. And so and I'm going to get to the I'm gonna get to some of you guys' comments. But let me show you what Issa Rae is saying. I mean, I'm not talking about Hunter. I'm talking about T'Challa. Okay, the X-Men is coming out, right? Storm is played by Millie Bobby Brown. You think that would go a long way? You know what I mean? But even what's going on in the Village, brother? What's going on, my brother? But you get network. Even though he was amazing, that is still an Elseworld story. The Batman is in a whole totally different universe, right? Where in the original universe, the James Gunn universe, Jim Gordon is going to be white all over again. You see what I mean? What other black characters that are out there that can be elevated with the rights and especially the acting, the supreme acting talent of a Jeffrey Wright. You're telling me there's no black person from the comics that he can play that would be significant enough to elevate? No, just make him Jim Gordon. Just make him Jim Gordon. It doesn't matter. Well, it'll be white. It'll be white next week. You see what I mean? And again, that hinders the progression. Think about it. Think about if you are on a basketball team, you're the best basketball player on the team, but they replace you with a white guy to fill a quota, or a Hispanic guy, or an Asian guy, somebody else to fill a quota. It has nothing to do with your skills. It has everything to do with filling a quota. How do you feel then? How does that make you? How is that progressing what you're trying to do? So we gotta be careful when we're talking about this. All right, so let me get to the store. Let me get to this Instagram post, and let's go here. So I'm a full screen this, and Roberta, you said, isn't that what they wanted to do with Black Panther? They approached Angela Bassett about it. She said she said L to the null. Next thing we know, her character is killed off. The thing about the thing about the Black Panther is it showed America, for one, that a black-led superhero franchise, for one, can generate money. Number two, can have a global impact. Number three, original black superheroes are needed. It's still the highest grossing independent solo film without any a team up film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is why Black Panther Wakanda Forever failed, because they failed to put that same character back on screen. That's why recast T'Challa was so important. You know what I mean? That's why recast. Matter of fact, let me put it back on screen. But that's why recast T'Challa was so important, because original black-led character that is the face of the franchise, not only dominated the box office, right? But it had a cultural impact on not only little black boys, but little white and Hispanic kids was dressing up as Black Panther. So that a black male superhero that is the king of Wakanda, that is a king. He's not a sidekick. He doesn't have he has a tragic backstory, but it ain't no hood backstory like they switched up with Killmonger to make you feel, oh man, look what's going on in the hood. They could have kept that. They could have kept that and had him as a disgruntled Wakandan, and you still would have had the same impact. But seeing this black male lead in this impactful role where everybody is clamoring for this character, you kill him off and don't bring him back. And I most definitely blame Ryan Coogler and Nate Moore for that trash. You know what I mean? And then you wonder why your second movie didn't make any type of money, didn't make any kind of impact. You replaced him saying, well, his sister was Black Panther in the comics. We'll replace him. And she was going to replace him way before he even died of cancer because he wanted more money. So still, you go all this long way to get right back to people wanting now you have Wasteland. You know what? If they reboot, let's go ahead and replace him. Let's go ahead and recast. Let's start fan casting. Throw any black person out there like Daniel RPK does. We'll make something stick. You see what I mean? So again, and Carol, you're right. People loved Lovecraft Country. See, Jonathan Majors, a black person, a black male in this predominantly in this predominant role, Make it a cultural impact. The stories, cultural impact, science fiction, and all of this for black people. And then what did HBO do? Nix it. They nixed it. You know what I mean? Exactly. That's what it is. That's it. Fahim Carter, thank you so very much. That's all you're saying. All we're saying is Jeffrey Wright. I love Jeffrey Wright. I think Jeffrey Wright is amazing. Jeffrey Wright is amazing. You know what I mean? At the same time, why should he play a temporary role that's going to go right back to a white guy later on in life? Why can't he play a black character from the comics that elevates the character? I mean, as much as I like Watchmen, I didn't like the Watchmen that came on HBO because you got Yahya Abdul-Mateen playing another white guy who's going to go right back to white when they reboot it, when they do something else. Hollywood likes to only see us as two-dimensional gangster slaves. Anything that what's going on, Lucky Rodriguez? Anything that shows you exactly what they think you should be. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is why I don't watch Power. That's why I didn't watch Snowfall. I don't want to watch that. I don't. First of all, I lived it. I don't want to relive it. So number two, we are greater than those characters. You know what I mean? We're greater than those characters. Why I love Eddie Murphy. You know what I'm saying? When he made Boomerang, he made, he got the idea for Harlem Nights, and it's showing us in a way where it's still cool. If we're not, stepping and fetching and all of that. Exactly. But you know what I'm saying? But even in shut up. I don't care about Yahya. His name. I say whatever I want to. Now, this is Dre Mack show. If I say Yahya Abdul-Mateen, that's what I say. but even in even in Latinos actually tell their stories. They get to tell their stories, their own stories. Black people, it seems like, and then when we do tell our stories, we get this label. It's on Tubi. Tubi, then Tubi has a bad rap for black people because you see a few low budget films on Tubi. Now everything is low budget. You miss the opportunity to watch a gem on screen because we have labeled certain things as being, that's where low budget goes. I wouldn't watch that. You know what I mean? So let me get back to this. Tony Montana is a stereotype for Cubans, and exactly. I'm not a drug dealer. They claim like it is so full of crap. So full of crap. So full of crap. I've done that with street dramas, especially it's the honest to God's truth. You know what I mean? I can't do it anymore. I can't. But let's get to this. So this is Issa Rae. This is the BF _ Daily. And again, shout out to Mika G for this article. She shot me this morning. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't have nothing. I didn't have nothing. And I'm gonna also play a little bit of Chillmonger's video talking about this same thing when it's talking about temporary representation. So he said you are seeing so many black shows get canceled. Lovecraft Country comes to mind. You're seeing so many executives, especially on the DEI. Remember, I said that these people only hire for the diversity. They don't care about the people. They're just saying, look, this is like the same thing with affirmative action. We can get a black woman in here and that knocks out both of our quotas. You know what I'm saying? Not the best, not the best people for the job. You know what I'm saying? If I get a black and a woman, I done doubled up. You know what I'm saying? And we can just do this because we fill 2 quotas. Now we can instead of checking out 1 box, we can check out 2. This is the same thing that I said about Shuri taking over as Black Panther when T'Challa's story was still not, finished being told. Why? Because now you're checking out 2 boxes. Now you believe because a black person is in the role and it so happened to be a woman. Well, if I say I don't want to see that because I'd rather have T'Challa because you can recast everybody, from Edward Norton to Thunderbolt Ross and all of that. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's cool. We can recast them. But when it comes to the King of Wakanda, hell no. Hell no. Let's make sure that you know that if you ever come and ask for money ever again and you're black, you better laugh and you better have fun with the role I gave you. Because if you do, and something that happens to you, well, we're gonna make a spec. We're gonna make milk every single dollar out of this, and we're gonna publicly display your funeral to make sure that no other black person even thinks about going to go ask us for more money. We will kill you off in your own movie and make your people watch it. You know how diabolical that is? Just think of Paul Walker. If you would have watched the next Fast and Furious movie and Paul Walker dies in a horrible car crash and it burns up and he's burning alive in there. You see what I mean? But let's get back to the article. Sorry, I had to go on my rant. You're seeing very clearly now that our stories are less of a priority. I am pessimistic because there's no one holding anyone accountable. And I can, sure, but also at what cost? I can't force you to make my stuff. Understand what she's saying. Let me just repeat it. You're seeing very clearly now that our stories are less of a priority. I'm saying this because this is a channel for comic book movies, news, and all of that. When you're looking at these black stories, everybody was complaining about Monica Rambeau. What happened to Frank Rambeau? What happened to Monica's story? Where's Frank? Frank. And I kept saying they don't give a damn. They hadn't even, if we don't even support the character, they don't put it on screen. And if we completely, you know what I'm saying, shift the narrative. You know what I mean? Which, again, Monica Rambeau came on somebody else's show. This is the second time we see Monica Rambeau not being in her own movie or her own show. If we're not demanding for our own show so we can find out what happened to Frank Rambeau, you know what I'm saying, Maria Rambeau, what's going on with these people? What the hell is going on then? How the hell we gonna get it if we keep moving the goalposts instead of the real problem? They don't care about the goddamn story. We need the story to be told. We need to see this black woman who's an original black character story being told on film. But no, we're moving the goalposts. I'm not going to support that. You don't have this and the other. Well, her story is not being told. This is somebody else's story. It has nothing to do with her. Where's her story? But if we're not supporting it, if we're not saying we need to clamor for more black representation, more black stories of original black people, of original black characters. You've seen what they did with Echo. If you watch Echo with the MCU, they went all out. They even changed her origin of the Native American tribe she was in so they could tell a story about the Choctaw tribe. But you're telling me that I can't get one black story from an original black superhero so we can find out what's going on with her? Come on, dog. Come on. This is all I'm saying. They don't give a shit. They care about the money and temporary representation. They'll say, yeah, we'll put you on screen, but damn your story. Oh, matter of fact, we'll just give you a white character because damn your other characters. Who cares? Who cares about your characters? We'll continue to rock with the stereotypes. We'll continue to rock with all this other crap instead of telling your story. This is what frustrates me about Tyler Perry, because instead of making Madea movies, you could be funding these stories. You got the money and the cachet. Instead of making the color, I ain't got nothing against the color purple. I'm not saying this against the color purple. But Oprah Winfrey can make a goddamn other story that's different from the color purple. There's so many other black stories, and Issa Rae, who is a talented writer, actor, producer, director, can be getting her story told. But no. Let's keep making the same old crap over and over again. Let's keep making Madea movies. Everybody loves Madea. Let's keep making Color Purple. Everybody loves that. Remember how everybody was clamoring for the color purple back in the day? Let's redo that. Let's make another slave movie. Matter of fact, we'll get Will Smith in the slave movie. He ain't did slave movies yet. Let's get Will Smith in there. Our talented black actors and actresses had to be pigeonholed to roles, and we got people with the money and the cachet, and we can't get these stories told because it's easier to make bullshit. It's easier to make a Snowfall than to make a black love story with black people in it. It's easier to make Power instead of making a science fiction show where it shows black people in a different light. You see what I mean? It's so much easier to do that. Instead of taking some of these original black, we're talking about black superheroes. Tyler Perry could easily pick up some of these original black IPs. Original black IP. I'm not talking about for Marvel and DC. Hell, Isom and all these other guys. You can literally pick up these IPs to compete with a Marvel and a DC. Nope. It's easier to make all this other stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? Let's make slave movies. You know what I'm saying? Medea. Oh, we ain't seen Medea in a minute. Let's go ahead and get her. If you have somebody as talented as Issa Rae wondering what the hell is going on, I can't force you to make my stuff. This is what she has to go through. This sister right here is talented, above talented, above talented. Above talented. And she has to fight to get her story told. She has to fight to get the story. And now, think about it like this. And I'm going to remove this. If she has to fight to get the story told, what do you think about original black characters? This again goes back to temporary representation. If they don't care about your story, do you think they care about your characters? The original black characters. They love, look, they love your drama. They don't care about your story. What was the one show that came off on HBO and it was set in like was it HBO Max? That came out in Max. It was like after Lovecraft Country, and it was set in like the 60s or whatever, and a black family moved into a white neighborhood, and it got all weird, and they were showing them. Thank you. You knew exactly what I was talking about. Black trauma porn. So exactly what it is. Black trauma porn. They rather tell that story. They rather tell you the black trauma porn story instead of having you have just a good story that's so happy to have black people with it. You know what killed me is that it's a movie. Was it Crazy Rich Asians? Got all the rave, but where's the black version of Crazy Rich Asians? Where's Crazy Rich Black folks? They ain't got black folks looking like rappers. You know what I'm saying? And acting like that. You know what I mean? The theme was horrible. It was horrible. Yeah, Crazy Rich Asians. But where's the black version of that? Why is it always we can make the struggle bus stories, you know what I'm saying? But we can't make that's why I was pointing out Boomerang. You know why I love Boomerang so much, and that's one of my favorite Eddie Murphy movies, because it showed us as black executives and black marketing and at these high profile type of jobs. You know what I mean? But race was really never brought up unless Martin's character was doing, because he was the, racism type of guy. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is that you don't see those stories where it's black people in you know what I'm saying, in prestigious roles that are not stereotypical. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite movies is also Love Jones. Why? Because Love Jones, you have a writer and you have two artists. You have a writer and you have a photographer, right? and their race was never brought up. One was going through poetry night. That Love Jones is what got me into poetry. The impact of positive black representation. I literally watched Love Jones and I was like, yo, I really want to start doing poetry. I really want to start doing poetry. I got so into poetry because of that. Because of a movie. Because it showed us in a different light. You know what I mean? It showed us in a different light, and it impacted the way that I thought about what we, what we can be. You see what I mean? What we can be. Uh, Shout out StreamYard. Now I'm gonna bring up yeah. Yeah, all what you're saying. The photographer, yeah, the photographer is close to that. Yeah, absolutely. Never watched Love It. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. One of my favorite movies. Black Love Story. Just the aesthetic, the jazz that they played in there. I mean, is that movie is amazing. I did not see Sorry to Bother You. I did not see that. I did not see that. Put it in the comment section. Tell me how it is. But I want to show my brother, my brother from another mother here, my man Chill, because I want y'all to hear something that he said. Let me see. We have shows that just show us. We have shows that show us in the positive light. BET Plus is killing it with those shows. It's just on BET Plus, and maybe that's what it is, because it is on BET Plus, and BET, you know what I'm saying, doesn't get the cachet. Again, nothing against Tubi, but who's talking about, hey, watch my show on BET Plus? Who's shouting out BET Plus? You know what I'm saying? So we can know where to be able to find these other type shows or these other type of movies. But you're right though. But you're right. But I agree with you. Now let's look. Let's go to the brother Chillmonger. And what was it at? All right, I'm gonna just start at the beginning because I think it's very important. I'm gonna just get to some of what he said. I'm not gonna play his whole video, but I'm gonna get to some of what he said because it's gonna make sense.
I posted a YouTube short, 1,000 views and still growing. And you see right there, move out the way, Chill. You see right there that there's 1,000 views, the likes and the dislikes. 30% of the people weren't feeling it. 36% of people said, no, Chillmonger, I disagree with you on this Kang recast thing, on the race swap topic. They viewed me in a lens that they never understood. They thought, oh, this Chillmonger guy is of the hateful variety. He's Donald Trump's people. All because of probably the way I ended the video, as well as the things that I said. They're so used to people being opposed to race swap castings that they think that only means it's because you are a non-inclusive person. They're not listening to the nuance of it. I'll discuss.
And then, and then this brings up a point that he's making. We're so I don't have 25 minutes, Chill. I gotta keep my kids to school here in a minute. But I will put jeez, I will put the link in of your video here in the comment section of this live, so they'll be able to watch that video. I don't know, on their own, because we be sharing is caring around here. Or did that really share the link? Hold on. Make sure that was the right link, because that didn't look right. There we go. So if you want to watch Chillmonger's entire video, you have it right there. But just in this little point that he makes right here, is that, you know, the temporary representation that you have is, well, or when you talk about race swapping and all of this, all they think about is what's it like the Bob Shapiro's or these right wingers that go on these tangents, right? About black people are taking our jobs, and not understanding that the studio is only doing that for one, as a slap in the face to right wingers, because a lot of people that's in Hollywood are left wing progressives. Let's keep it real. And number two, to say, well, we gave you something. We're look what we're doing. We're giving you something. You better take what we give you, and you ain't getting nothing else. So it's a double-edged sword. And you know what I'm saying? And you have these executives that, I mean, these people who see these videos and don't understand how detrimental it is. Again, Issa Rae said, I can't make these people tell our stories. But we're so happy with just seeing black people on screen, no matter what it is, no matter how detrimental it is, no matter how much it doesn't elevate you, no matter how much your story gets suppressed, you know what I'm saying? That you think it's an attack on us. No, we're just falling into what they're doing. And we're accepting what they're doing instead of accepting the fact that our stories can't get told, that our characters can't get elevated, that we can't get black science fiction and all of that because it's so much easier to make Snowfall and all this other bullshit. To just show us in a light, show us as crackheads and gangsters and all this other shit. That's cool. That's cool. Everybody can't wait for the next season of Power. And everybody clamored because, oh, snap. Did you see the ending of Snowfall? You see what happened? Snowfall. Okay, that's cool. But if you live through that, you don't want to see that shit. Because there's other stories that we could be telling. Oh, I'm not watching no next Marvel movie. I'm not watching this. Well, Tyler Perry and all these other rich black folks got all this power and money. Why can't they make these independent black stories? Harriet Tubman, Demon Slayer or something like that? Black IP, all of that could be dope. Nope. You know what you get? Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer. That's cool. But if I say make a Harriet Tubman, Demon Slayer, whatever, I forget the name of it or whatever. Nah, man, that's disrespectful to Harriet Tubman. We just had black people who was pissed off because a man said, I want a woman with the character of Coretta Scott King. This is how much fake outrage we have. We don't know what the hell we want, but we still fall for the banana in the tailpipe every single time. Exactly. But that's an original black character. You know what I'm saying? That's an original black character. Let me keep going real quick. Let's keep chill going for the next like 3 minutes because I gotta hurry up and get ready to go.
This is a comic book. It came out this year. We all know Jonathan Majors. If you're watching my channel, you know Jonathan Majors. He played this character here who appears on the final page. What? Captain Marvel says, "What? Who's that?" It's Kang the Conqueror. And he's bleeding and he's Caucasian. And he's like sore and he needs help and he's Caucasian. So that comic book, it led into issue number 2. This is the second issue of the Avengers. And you can see that legacy number there. It's actually the 768th comic book of all time. Well, let's see what happened. Did they go, okay, you'll be white in this issue, but then you're going to change your skin color to another in the next issue? No, he's equally Caucasian there. So the skin pigmentation of the descendancy of people who don't live close to the equator with all that sunlight is carrying over from one comic to another. If we go to cartoons, Kang Conqueror's a white guy. He's Reed Richards somewhere 1,000 years into the future. The only time we've ever seen him not look... I can't wear yellow. Watch this. Woo! Powers. The only time we don't see him in the regular familiar version is when Jonathan Majors plays him. So I said to the people who probably celebrated all that Jonathan Majors skin color being cast, oh, it's not essential to the character. Why are people mad? Oh, why are you complaining? I complain all the time, and it's for a great reason. Temporary representation. A couple of videos I'm going to let you watch now.
Temporary representation. because again, studios do not care about your story. Studio we see how successful Power is. We see how successful Snowfall is. Where's our black where's our black Game of Thrones? Our black fantasy. You know what I mean? Where is it? Marvel has had just as many black race swap villains as heroes. Exactly. If people will be quick to say that, right? Not the character of Coretta Scott King. Well, that triggered my button. But then these are the same people who be having Martin Luther King with goals in his mouth, waves, a do rag on, you know what I'm saying, on a flyer for the MLK Freaknik. That's how I feel about y'all. I don't see black race swap villains as W's. Give it up to David a Oyelowo. I can't even pronounce that. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why we have to continue to support black creators who are doing great things. And Wonder Man, that's got to be the stupid Yaya Abdul Mateen, whatever. This is for you, Chillmonger, because I know he's gonna talk shit. But still, you have shut up. That's why you got the finger. The middle, warm it up, Chris. But you know, it is exactly. But you know what I mean? It's selling again. It's selling our stories instead of, you know, it's almost like that episode of Boondocks. It was like, we can make better stories. Yes, we can, but this is easy. This is legitimately easier. This is legitimately easier to show your demise and show this. You know what I'm saying? Or here's another one that's very popular now. Show the divide between black women and black men. It's so much easier to do now because it's popular on social media. So let's make movies about it. It's easy to make a Real Housewives of Compton or Atlanta or, you know what I'm saying, whatever, Oakland. That's easy. It's easy to make a Bad Girls Club or Bad Bitch Club or whatever. It's easy to show black women beating up each other, cussing each other out, elbow each other from the top rope, all this other stuff. Showing all of this mess. It's so much easier to show that. But showing you in a positive light, you get out of here. Make sure to check out Chillmonger's video on temporary representation, the nuance of temporary representation. This is related to Jonathan Majors' video. Make sure to check that out if you want to see the whole entire thing and see if you agree with him or not. You know what I mean? But you already know what time it is.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
Oh, man, I got to wrap it up. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Dre Max Show. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you never, ever, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Have a good rest of your Tuesday. Where's my outro at? Gotta let this forehead breathe. But go Chiefs. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.